Hey, this is Taylor here at Truck World RVA. Today we're going to take some time and look at this 2019 Ford F550. It is four-wheel drive, extended cab, has a stellar 7621 crane on it, hydraulic air compressor, one set of drawers, a little over 175,000 miles. I think it has around 7,000 hours. We'll take a look at that in the second half of the video when I do the cold start and the drive. 11-foot Knapheide service body, hydraulic outriggers. One owner truck came to us from down south. There's no rust in the frame, any of the service body compartments, or in the cab of the truck. It does have the master sliding locks on the back, tow hitch receiver, work lighting all the way around, hydraulic outriggers. Really nice truck, really well equipped. If you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information after watching this video, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. The goal of these videos is to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So I'm going to take some time, point out any cosmetic imperfections it does have. We'll look inside all the bins, underneath the chassis. The second half of the video, I will do a cold start, a drive. We'll take a look at the engine, and then we'll run all the equipment on the truck. So again, if you need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text anytime. This truck has been fully serviced. Everything on it works as it should. Anything we found that needed attention, we took care of. If you'd like a list of all the work just done to the truck prior to offering it for sale, it will be on my website or anywhere you see this truck listed. I'll have a full write-up of all the repairs just done to it. If you need copies of those receipts, I can provide those as well. We use all OEM parts purchased through the dealer. And again, anything we find on the truck that needs attention, we take care of, and I can provide receipts for all that work. Now, the goal of these videos is for expectations and reality to meet. I try to be as thorough as I can, showcase any imperfections I find. So again, if you need more close-ups of anything, just let me know. That's just some staining that we can get off there. I don't know what exactly it is that's stained on there, but we should be able to buff that out. Of that door, I don't see any chips, dents, or dings on the driver's side, front or rear door. Cab overall is pretty clean. Power locks, power windows, cruise control, does have the factory exhaust brake. This is the last year of the 6-speed auto before they switched to the 10-speed for four-wheel drive. Down on the floor, a little bit of grease staining there on the headliner. Then the seat bottom will be replaced. I do have a new seat bottom to replace this one. It's just cracked. But vinyl seats, rubber floors. The floors themselves are in good shape with no rips. It does have the factory rechargeable remote, so that's a stellar factory remote. Fully proportional, speed control off the trigger. And then that's its factory charging cradle there. Rear seats are in good shape, no rips or tears there. Brand new steer tires just installed on the truck. They're Falcons. It looks like we did the rear as well, so new tires all the way around. I do have a dent here in the front bumper. Another dent there by the license plate bracket. Another ding up there over top of the license plate bracket. Some small rock chips on the front of the hood. Some chips here along the passenger side fender. The truck does have two keys, key fobs, so power locks obviously on the fobs, and then one set of keys for the service body itself. All the latches on the service body are keyed the same, so the same key code will lock and unlock all the lock cylinders. Do have the factory bed liner applied to the top of the service body as well as the front. The factory paint is intact. This is not a bed that we've sandblasted and repainted, so there are some imperfections along the bed, but overall the factory paint still shows very well, still has plenty of shine in it. Not a whole lot of scratches. A little bit of paint failure along some of the edges where the hinges are, as is pretty common on these. You have 3 sets of shelves on the left-hand side, then your torch bottle racks and straps on the right-hand side. Now all the compartments except for the torch compartment do have interior LED lighting. There are exterior work lights on this bed. You have your bed liner applied to the top of the bins. Some of the drip edge has some paint failure on it, kind of all the way down that edge. You have a spot here and a spot here on that door. 2 more sets of shelves inside of this compartment. Again, there's really no rust to speak of anywhere on the truck. But again, it did live its entire life down in the southeast. So no salt to deal with. Now you'll see all the bolts on the inside of this compartment. There's easy track down both sides of the bed. So that's what those bolts through the body itself are. Again, the drive tires are brand new. They match the steer tires. They're Falcons. That's what we use. Down underneath the bed floor, frame rails, supports, just some dirt up in there. Coming along to the crane compartment. A couple little chips here, but some here. I mean, even the crane compartment's clean. Usually these kind of take the brunt of the beating. You have your outrigger controls, your Railcraft hose reel, body control panel. This shuts the power off to the body controller here. This controls all your lighting. You have your air regulator and dryer there. Here's a shot of the load chart. So it's a 7,500 pound lifting capacity and a 2-stage hydraulic extension out to 21 feet of total reach. Again, master slide locks here. Rear work lighting. The bumper's been pushed up here. You can see where this is pushed in. This door does still close, hangs up a little bit. This bin is still tight and that steel still works. But that rear bumper step has been pushed up. You have a tow hitch receiver, 2 steps on the rear. It's an area of wear on the bed liner on the bumper itself. Factory tie downs inside of the bed. Easy track down both sides. Spare tires mounted up there. You have your air tank drain over here. Pushed in a little bit right here on the bottom. It's not actually in the compartment, it's just the lip underneath here. Two sets of shelves inside of here. This does have the factory welder mount up on top of the box as well, so you can mount your welder right to that. Unfortunately, I do not have any spare welders. They've been a little bit hard to come by lately. You have your Knapheide bolt drawers on this side. Just plastic bolt drawers. They do okay. They hold in place. You got to lift them up to pull them out. Again, they hold up okay. Not as good as a metal bolt drawer system, but better than nothing, I suppose. And then same deal on this drip edge like on the other side, kind of all the way down, as well as a little bit more paint failure along this hinge. A little along the front edge of this door. Driver 1 compartment. You have 2 sets of shelves here on the right hand side. Then a full set of C-Tech drawers here on the left. Nice action on these, they slide super smooth. Top is a Boss BA440 compressor. A little bit of damage to the sheet metal on this side. The compressor works as it should, but the sheet metal is just kind of busted up there. It looks like they had the cover off at one point and then didn't really put it back on correctly. We can probably tighten that a little bit just so it's not rattling around, but it's actually bent. So that about wraps up the cosmetic portion of the demo video. I'm going to hop in the truck and take it for a spin, and we'll run all the equipment on it. But again, if you have any questions at this point, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. 175, 126 on the miles. $75.10 on the engine hours. Get that AC going. It's a hot one today. So you have your factory exhaust brake up here. Again, four-wheel drive on the floor. AC is very nice. Already blowing cold. Now again, everything that we noticed that needed to be done on this truck, we've taken care of. And if you need receipts for any of the repair work, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. I'm going to pause the video for a minute and let this truck get out of the way. It should be gone now. Plenty of power, runs down the road nice. Those tires seem to do pretty well. Usually when you put new tires on these trucks, they kind of shimmy a little bit around, but they feel pretty decent just down the cul-de-sac. Pretty tight turning radius. Benefit of an extended cab over a full crew cab. Back it on up, we'll take a look at the engine. Now the truck does have front mounted strobes in the grille. You have one side work light here on the passenger side. All the compartments have interior LED strip lighting. See the reflection there in the back of the compartment. Pretty decent LED strip lighting. It's kind of hard to see when it's middle of broad daylight, but pretty decent LED strip lighting. You have rear strobes in the tail lights, two rear floodlights, more interior compartment lighting all the way down the driver's side. And then one more, again, it's in this compartment as well. It's just really hard to see with how bright it is. And then one more side mount LED work light on the driver's side. So all the compartments have interior lights. You have lighting on all your corners, and you have front and rear strobes. PTO is on, so you have to set the parking brake, and then you hit the PTO switch. It's on the upfitter 1 switch, aux 1. It automatically idles the truck up when the PTO is on. Outriggers are nice and dry, no rust on the exterior or inner tubes on the outriggers. Now to run the crane itself, you have to come over here and select the crane function. This also controls all your bed lighting, so all the bed lights are on through that. You have to hit this power panel on, then hit that. And once again, it is a factory wireless remote. We'll toggle any switch. It's linked, speed is controlled off the trigger. So we'll throw this thing up, let that pulley block down, and we'll run it all the way out. Again, it's a 21-foot 2-stage hydraulic extension and a maximum capacity of 7,500 pounds. Excellent speed control off the trigger. This is mostly full speed operation, but you can ease it in very nicely if you slow down like so. All the speed again is controlled right off that trigger. Let the winch down. Test the 2-block here and see if that's operational. 2-block is operational. It locked me out of going out any further when the pulley block hit the crane head. It's your maximum extension, 2-stage out to 21 feet. Inner boom is nice and clean down both sides. Plenty of thickness left on the wear pads. Pretty much zero slop in that rotation gear when you stop it. Even going full speed, it stops right where you set it. Now the remote can also command the compressor on. So you come over here to this switch, pull down, and the compressor will pop right on. Builds up to exactly 160 psi. Get the drain over here. And it'll come back on. To turn it off, same thing right there. You can turn the truck off from the remote. You can also turn it back on. PTO comes on again and goes straight into running the crane. So I just wanted to say thanks again for watching. Once again, it's a 2019 Ford F550 extended cab, four-wheel drive with a 7621 Stellar on it, 175 or so thousand miles. If you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text anytime. 804-716-8487. This is all I buy and sell. If you're looking for something similar, feel free to reach out. I have trucks coming in on a daily basis. Thanks again for watching.